Hello, good afternoon, good morning, good evening, depending on where it is that you are tuning from. My name is Mercy Masila Achola, founder of Value Connect and also executive program leader with the Maxwell Leadership Team. And it is such an honor to be here with you today. Happy New Month! It's been a while since I did any of these videos, but I'm happy to be back with you. Can you imagine? We are already 7 months down the line. July is behind us. We are here on a new month of August. We have a countdown. 5 more months to go, and the year 2023 will be behind us. I hope you are filled with gratitude like I am. And I just want to welcome you. Say hello to me. Tell me where it is that you're tuning from. I would like to hear from you and invite you to listen to what I have to share with you today. Today, I want us to discuss about how to handle difficult people. How to handle difficult people. Yes, we are surrounded by difficult people, and I hope you're not one of them. But everywhere we are, whether it is in our homes, our family members, our co-workers, business associates, customers, we have difficult customers. How do you handle these difficult people? And so I want to share with you some tips that will help you manage how to handle difficult people. So, are you ready? Yes, take your notebook, pen, paper, notebook, whatever it is that you're writing, and be ready to just go through this. There are 10 principles which I have learned from my mentor, John Maxwell, and they're not in any particular order, but I believe if you practice them, you will find that you're able to minimize the conflicts, and you'll be able to manage the difficult people that you encounter in your day-to-day work. So number one, in handling difficult people, how to handle difficult people. Number one is, I would say, you want to apply what is known as the 101 principle. What is the 101 principle? The 101 principle says, find the 1% you agree on and give it 100% of your attention. So, in the event that I have a team member and we are involved in an argument and we cannot be able to find consensus, there will be at least one thing that we agree upon. And this is what we say: pick and find that 1% and then give it 100% of your attention. And when you do this, you'll actually find that there's more things that are common between us than what is different or separates us. So find your 1% and give it your 100% attention. That is our tip number one. And then we go to tip number two. Tip number two, check your own attitude. It's normally said that your attitude is going to help you to find your altitude and will lead to your aptitude. Many times, the way we respond to things is what determines the outcome or the results that we're looking for. So once again, an example, you might be in an argument with your team members and you cannot seem to agree or find a solution. The way you respond to that will determine the outcome of what will happen to you. Even if you do not agree on a way forward, your own attitude will impact you. So check on your attitude, and I can guarantee you that you will raise one level above in handling difficult people around you. Then we go to tip number three. Tip number three says, embrace conflict and make it a learning experience. Now, conflict is something that is bound to happen. In fact, none of us can run away from conflict. And sometimes conflict can be a blessing. When conflict happens in a family situation, it may raise issues that need to be addressed that we were probably sweeping under the carpet. And so when they come up in a conflict situation, it becomes an opportunity to address those underlying problems. And sometimes we learn a lot about ourselves, we learn a lot about others. And so if you choose to have an attitude of embracing conflict, you can actually learn a lot from it. You will learn what to do, you will learn what not to do. So there goes our tip number 3. And then we come to number 4. Number 4 says, give others the benefit of the doubt. Give others the benefit of the doubt. In the Change Your World roundtables that is done by the Maxwell Foundation, John Maxwell encourages us that when you meet other people, the way to add value to them is to rate them at a 10. You know, many times you get asked, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 1 being the lowest and 10 being the highest, how are you feeling? How do you rate this service? How do you rate whatever it is that you're rating? And then we normally make a choice. So in this context, when you meet other people, give them a benefit of the doubt and rate them at a 10. And then from there, you'll be able to see that your attitude in giving and rating them a 10 is actually going to be very helpful. So there is tip number 4. Then we come to tip number 5. Tip number 5 says, learn to be flexible whenever possible. Flexibility, again, will come out of the attitude that we want to have, will come out of where are we looking to put our focus on. Is it on that 1% that we talked about? Is it going to help us to embrace conflict? It's all a question of flexibility. And so as much as possible, don't be rigid. Give room, give an allowance to change rules, to change procedures. As long as you're not breaking anything, it is possible if it's going to help you be able to handle a difficult person. Then number 6 talks about do not overreact to conflict and disagreement. What does this mean? Sometimes when conflict happens, we are so what's the word? We become so obsessed in addressing their conflict, and we forget that we're dealing with human beings. We forget that we too could be the ones making that mistake. And so when you find yourself in a place of disagreement or conflict, be mindful of how to address it. Do not give a solution to a problem more than it deserves. So don't use a hammer to kill a fly. And then number 7, we talk about giving people a second chance. Think about it. You and I, many times, have done something that was not appropriate, and somebody gave us a second chance. I have been a beneficiary of second chances. And this is something that we want to practice, giving other people a second chance. Yes, they may have done something wrong to us. Let's forgive them and give them another chance to be better people to us, because tomorrow we might be the one looking for it. And then number 8, maintain the dignity for others. Give an escape for the person in conflict. Once again, when it comes to addressing conflict, especially where team members are involved, you do not want to overly expose the person in the middle of that conflict. At least the one thing you want them to do is to live with dignity. Address the problem, not the person. Usually it's what we do and not who we are. And give the dignity to that person so that they can face other people tomorrow, that they can be able to walk still with their heads up high. Try that and you will see it will help you in handling difficult people. And number 9, take the high road and be humble about it. I remember a few years back, Michelle Obama talking about the fact that when they go low, we need to go high. And so when you find other people belittling others, you don't have to join the bandwagon. You can raise the bar. Depending on your values, you can raise the bar and decide to be different. Don't get carried away just because everyone else is doing it. Take the high road, but remember to be humble about it. And then number 10, love people more than policies, but love truth more than people. This is all about integrity, a value that we should all cherish. You want to be able to support other people. Let's not be driven so much by the law says this, the rules say this. And I'm not saying that this becomes an excuse for us to bend the rules, but sometimes valuing people is much more better than trying to follow rules and regulations. These were made for us and not us for them. But let's do it with integrity. If the truth is compromised, then of course that is the what you prefer to uphold, and let it be the driving force of what we do. So there you have it. I've shared with you the 10 steps that will help you handle difficult people. But better still, you know what? If you understood yourself, if you look at the common thread in all these 10 tips, they have to do with us, how we communicate with other people, how we connect with them, how we help to minimize conflict, and how we can help improve productivity around us. And I want to invite you. This is something I do. I'm a certified Maxwell Disc certified behavioral consultant, and I help you understand your own communication, how you can minimize conflict, and how to handle difficult people. So if you're interested, kindly get in touch with me, inbox me, and I'll be happy to share with you how you can raise your bar in handling difficult people. Thank you so much for listening to me this afternoon, and I wish you well once again, a happy new month, and we will be more diligent in keeping these video shorts more consistent going forward. Thank you, and bye-bye. God bless.